everyone. I am wearing a top, by the way. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to show you my everyday makeup routine. I don't wear makeup every single day, but on the days that I do, this is the look that I tend to go for. It's quick, it's easy, it's natural, it's glowy, and it's vegan and cruelty free. However, on that last note, there is one product that I will be using that isn't cruelty free or vegan, and that is a MAC mascara. It's a mascara that I've had before I started using vegan and cruelty free products, and I've yet to find a replacement for it. So if you guys have any suggestions on good vegan and cruelty free mascaras, please leave them in the comment section below and it'll be very much appreciated. But besides that one product, as far as I know, the rest of the products in this video are completely vegan and cruelty free. So with that all aside, let's just get started and I hope you guys enjoy. So here is my bare face. So to start off, we're going to use some primer. I'm just using the Fenty Beauty primer and I'm applying that all over my face, but focusing mainly on my chin, my nose and my forehead, just basically all of those center areas. So I'm just going back in with some primer and adding a little bit more to my chin and my nose, as they tend to be my biggest problem areas and those are the places where I tend to get the most oily throughout the day. So next I'm going in with my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Medium. So first off, I'm just taking the concealer and placing it onto any blemishes or discoloration that I have. Like I said earlier, the center areas of my face tend to be the biggest problem areas, which is why most of the concealer is focused there. I'm then just blending all of that out with my beauty blender. A damp beauty blender, might I add. Next, I'm just dotting the concealer under my eyes to cover up my dark circles, and again I'm just going in with my beauty blender to blend it all out. I'm then using my Bare Minerals powder with my Real Techniques setting brush alongside my Urban Studio powder brush, and I'm just using the Real Techniques brush to press the powder over the areas where I put the concealer. I'm then taking my Urban Studio brush to buff some more of that powder over the rest of my face. Next I'm taking my Bare Minerals bronzer in the shade Warmth and applying this with my Bare Minerals Flawless face brush. I like to buff the bronzer onto my cheekbones and across my forehead. I'm also taking some of the bronzer onto my nose and chin and also brushing some along my jawline too. Next I'm using my Revolution contour palette and I'm just using this with my Real Techniques contour brush. So I'm mainly focusing just under my cheekbones and sort of pushing the product upwards slightly into my temples and hairline. I also take whatever's left on my brush down the sides of my nose and also onto my chin. Next I'm taking this really old blush that I've had for years. It's the Bourjois Love Struck Rose. And I'm applying this with my Real Techniques cheek brush. So I just stipple the blush onto the apples of my cheeks, bringing it up my cheekbone slightly. Next I'm doing my eyebrows and I'm using my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in the shade Ebony. I start by brushing my eyebrows out and then underlining the bottom of them ever so slightly. I then fill in the rest of my brow using light upward strokes. So I did it slightly out of shot, but I like to very lightly underline the front of my brow and then blend it out with my finger so it isn't too harsh. So here I'm just doing my other brow in the exact same way that I did the first one. I managed to get it in shot for this brow. This is the step I was talking about the first time, is when I underline the front of the brow and kind of blend it out with my finger. I'm then using the Collection Colour Lash Clear Mascara to set my brows in place. So I brush the hairs upwards and then kind of brush them back down again if they stand up too tall. I don't know. Next I'm using my Naked Basics palette and I'm using the shade WOS. And I'm using this with my Zoeva 222 brush. And I'm just putting this all over my eyelids for a nice even base. I'm then using my Zoeva 228 brush and I'm taking the same contour shade that I used earlier and I'm just placing this into the crease of my eye to add some definition. Now I'm just taking my Real Techniques Deluxe Crease Brush and just buffing out the edges so it's nice and blended. Next I'm using my Revolution Radiance Highlighter palette, and I'm using the golden highlighter shade and applying this with my Zoeva 234 brush. So I'm just placing this all over my lid for a very subtle shimmer just to brighten up the eye a little bit. I'm then using my Zoeva 231 brush and taking that same contour shade again and just placing it onto the lower lash line. Next I'm taking my Zoeva 230 brush and placing that same golden highlighter shade onto the lower lash line too. Next I'll be moving on to highlighter, but first I like to spray my face with any kind of setting spray. This just helps the highlighter to kind of stick to the skin and pop a bit more. I'm using the same highlighter palette as before, but I'm taking the middle shade and applying it with my Zoeva 234 brush. I like to apply my highlighter to the cheekbones, temples, forehead and chin. I then take my Real Techniques angled eyeshadow brush and apply the highlighter to the bridge and tip of my nose and also just under my eyebrows. I'm then taking my Zoeva 230 brush again to apply the highlighter into the inner corners of my eyes and also onto my cupid's bow. Next I'm taking my eyelash curlers and curling my eyelashes. Now it's time for that dreaded MAC mascara that I mentioned at the start. So I'm just applying it to my lashes and I kind of just keep layering it up until I get the look that I'm going for. And so now I'm just going back in with that setting spray that I used earlier and I'm spraying it all over my face to set everything in place. And finally I'm taking my Glossier The Balm.com Skin Salve in Coconut and I'm just putting that onto my lips to keep them nice and hydrated, and it also gives them a nice subtle sheen. And that's everything done. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was a little bit different, but makeup is always something that I've enjoyed, and I know I'm not the best at it, but you know, I do what I can. But I really hope you guys enjoyed. Give this video a thumbs up and let me know if you want more videos like this, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!